Today we're driving the top of the world highway. This road was opened in 1955, and due to the sub-zero temperatures here, it's only open during the summer months. The 79-mile road runs from the Alaska Highway all the way to West Dawson by the Yukon River. It gets its name because much of the road runs over hills with beautiful views, like this. We have had an absolutely fantastic time here in Alaska, but today, sadly, is the day that we start making our way over to Canada. But looking at the road ahead, we got a few jobs to do before we hit the road. First thing, we need to check the tires. Okay, we also have to reattach our waste pipe because it's come off, so we're just cable tying it up to the top here.
If in doubt, cable tie and duct tape.
Because that will definitely come off on these roads. Okay, we also need to put the hubcap back on because it fell off, and we have to keep it on with cable ties because when it was shipped, they broke the brackets on the hubcaps.
How rude.
Our drive down south after we get to the Arctic Circle is looking a little bit dodgy at the moment. It's full, dry, hot summer season here, and it is high 20s, probably 30 degrees. This shows you, look, burn closure. And then here you go. Smokey the Bear is saying that it's a very high risk and you need a permit to start a fire anywhere. The road that we're heading south after Dawson City, I think it's called Stewart Junction. That whole stretch of road is currently closed due to wildfires, which means after we've gone to the Arctic Circle, if that road is still closed, we're going to have to come back to Alaska and back to Tok and backtrack the route we're doing today and the next few days, because that is the only way to go. There's only two roads that run down Alaska. We came up on one, we planned to go down on the other, but the other is closed. So let's just see how this goes. It could be an interesting, mind the dog doo-doo. It could be an interesting couple of days. Okay, one job we have to do before we leave Alaska is put the Alaska sticker on. Andy gets the honours.
Try not to catch a mosquito with it as you go
yeah,
in.
Okay.
That will be hard.
Drum roll.
Between
It's
the two of you.
beautiful. High five. Yay. Right, are we ready to head to the Arctic Circle? Yay!
Oh, nice t-shirt, Andy.
Yeah, that reminds me, we've got one more job to do before we leave.
High five.
Okay, we're ready to hit the road. One last job, let's just test the comms. Barking Mad, come in.
Hello, hi, Tread the Globe, it's Barking Mad here, I forgot how to use it.
Are you ready to go to the Arctic Circle?
Yeah, let's do it.
Woo!
So we had an absolute fabulous time in Tok. So yeah, you should definitely visit this place. You have to drive through here if you come into Alaska, but it's definitely worth stopping for a night. It's a fabulous little town. And if you want showers, laundry and everything, the petrol station next to the Shell here in Tok, Vitus, I think it's called, they have it all there. We've been catching up with all our chores there. Okay, it's a good start to the day. Our wheel trim, the hubcap that's we put on it's already come off. So Sam and Andy just radioed us. Let's just have a quick look. That means we didn't cable tie it to the actual frame somehow. We must have cable tied it to something else. We didn't cable tie it to the tyre. It's a bit fiddly.
It is fiddly. And I was chatting, so I was distracted, having way too much fun.
Way too much fun. So it's going to be one of those days. So there you go, that was quite funny. Randomly, we pulled into the RV repair shop to fix the hubcap.
Willards.
So they've got everything you need in Tok. It's a good spot to do your repairs and do little bits and pieces before you head into the depths of Alaska.
You know, lots of people said you're in a vehicle that's absolutely inappropriate for going on adventure. But actually, we found people towing like 20-foot, 30-foot caravans. People are just full of adventure here, and it's lovely meeting those people and seeing what they're up to too.
There is. There's loads of RVs and
Yeah.
camper vans. In fact, most of the traffic are adventurers coming on their little trip.
Yeah.
We've got about 11 more miles on the Alaska Highway, and then we turn off and start heading north along the top of the World Highway towards Chicken. So here you go, we're turning off the Alaska Highway. This is the Taylor Highway, the Alaska part of the top of the World Highway. And let the adventure begin. I'm hoping this should be a beautiful scenic road.
And it says customs 109 miles, open 8 AM to 6 PM.
Yeah, we have to cross back into Canada, so there will be a border crossing later. So it didn't take long for the road to get a bit more interesting, and already we got little drops by the side of the road, beautiful views. It's looking really, really nice. We're hoping to see a bit more nature now we've come off the sort of tourist trail. There's things like caribou and animals like that we haven't seen. In fact, in the whole of Alaska, we only saw one bear, and that was down by Haida, right at the bottom when we first went in on the drive up.
Andy was saying that there's 35,000 bears in Alaska. But when you've got so much wilderness, why on earth would they be hanging around where we are, by the cities or on the road?
Exactly. So as we come onto these quieter roads, we're hoping that we get a glimpse of a little bit of nature for you to see. And if you want to know why it's called Top of the World Highway, it's views like this that make it called that. So at the moment the road surface is pretty good. The odd pothole you have to be aware of, but generally it's a good quality road here. Surprisingly, considering it's closed all winter because it's completely covered with snow and frozen, I expected it to be worse.
Although since we've been here in Alaska, Chris has actually changed the name from Pothole to
Van Killer! Looking into the distance, you can still see that it's really hazy, and that is because of all the wildfires that are happening around in the area at the moment. It's a real thing here over the summer. Despite being sat here in my shorts, about 30 degrees, there is still snow. Look, still snow in front of us, right there. They did say in Tok that this year the snow was much worse than normal, which is why it's taking so long to thaw. You just don't expect to see snow in 30 degrees, do you? The road ahead's looking a little bit like a roller coaster. Just past a sign for rough road. But so we were just saying, you can literally see, I don't know whether you can see it on the camera through the trees, but as far as the eye can see, there is the road. Road's slowly getting a little bit more dodgy with holes and gravel. It's like playing a computer game, love, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah. It is a little bit like that.
We did start by saying to the guys, warning, there's a hole, but it's just like you're saying it every minute, so it's just slow down. The gravel road is starting. And it's a little bit bouncy there, wasn't it, love?
It was.
It was.
Coming towards is coming at quite a speed, isn't it?
The fast ones are the ones that flick up the stones.
I know.
Like that. It's all right, guys. We've only got about 500 miles on these roads till the Arctic Circle sign.
Saying, actually, if the road all the way to the Arctic Circle was like this, it wouldn't be too bad, but I don't think it'll be this good.
We'll find out. It really is an epic landscape today. And we were just saying, we've been driving for about an hour and a half since the Alaska Highway. Not one building. And we love those sort of more remote places. But we got about 8 miles until we hit the town of Chicken. Look at the cracks in this road. You can see where the side has started to drop. Okay, we were talking about the roads and we just had to pull over to show you how big some of the cracks in this road really is. It is absolutely massive. You missed that hole. Look at this. Literally, I cannot believe how deep these cracks are down this road. It's like the Grand Canyon on a road. I mean, if your tire hit that, you would have serious problems. Look how big. It's the width of my foot. And it goes all the way down there. I think the roads will be quite interesting over the next few days. Oh my
hole in the middle
goodness.
Of the road. Big hole in the middle of the road.
Yay, we've hit our first town.
Downtown Chicken. I cannot get over the holes in the road.
I know, they are absolutely nuts.
Massive.
If you're on a motorbike coming up here, watch out for these. There you go. We're arriving in the first part, Chicken Creek Outpost. Welcome to the town of Chicken here in Alaska, located at mile 66.8 on the Taylor Highway.
And it was settled here by gold miners in the late 19th century.
In 1902, they built the post office here, and the residents had to come up with a name for the town.
So the name they chose was actually the local state bird, which happened to be the main source of food. The only problem is there was a lot of confusion on how to pronounce the name of this bird.
Ptarmigan?
Ptarmigan?
Patagonium? Silent P, is it? Do you not want the ptarmigan?
So they ended up calling it Chicken. Ironically, they decided to call it Chicken because they didn't want the town to be laughed at because they couldn't pronounce the name. And now everybody comes to the town of Chicken because it's called Chicken. But they've embraced it, and all over the town there is chicken stuff. So they've got the signpost here, Chicken Alaska, 2 Eggs Florida, everything chicken related. And they've also got this wonderful chicken statue, which was created by local high school students from recycled lockers of all things. Isn't that cool?
I love chicken.
This is a good part of history from here. This is a huge dredger that was used to find gold and pull up the soil. Look at the size of this. And apparently this has produced so much gold over the years.
It's called the Pedro Dredge.
Being a gold mining town, they've also got panning for gold here.
So you just kind of swirl it and you get all the stuff to one end.
Yeah.
And you can dump out some of that water.
And all the fine stuff comes out.
Yeah, and then you can
And then you get a little bit of glistening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Oh yeah. They're all named. Roosters are the guys, hens are the girls, and they've got these staghorns as handles. And they got lots of merch, look, baseball caps, Chicken Gold Camp, shirts, coats, socks. It's a very funky place. Back in the day, old school mining, gold mining going on with a sledge there. Every year they do a chicken stock music festival, and they got this really cool stage here, look, built on the top of this old truck. So if you're here in June, towards the end of June, they do a music festival here.
I've just found out that they've got the only flushing toilets in the whole of Chicken in
There you
this
go.
very building.
Chicken lover parking only, all others will be fried. There you go, Chicken Alaska Fire Department, and this one they've got the Gold Panna Chicken Alaska.
I love chickens. I'm in chicken heaven.
Funny is we've come on the bridge, all the kids have gone and the adults are just losing control. Look at these lunatics. Sort them out, Sam. So if you remember those problems we had in Turkey with the immobiliser, guess what? We can't start. Trudy don't want to leave Alaska.
I want to leave Alaska. Can I have my other keys? Oh, yes.
Oh, hurrah. Okay, it's worked. Flipping out, about 10th attempt.
Yeah.
It's okay, we started, it was our immobiliser, sometimes doesn't go off. They have actually got petrol here as well, and more little shops, a liquor store, a saloon, and a cafe, and they have a tour bus. So just when we thought we were off the beaten path, there's a coach of people that have just turned up. Okay, next stop, the Canadian border. So I think it's about an hour and a half's drive from here. Okay, we just passed a sign saying the paved road ends. This road's turned into a lovely drive. The road's pretty good, beautiful views. Tread the globes on another adventure. Woohoo!
Have a look at that for a view. This is my view today as we're driving around corners like this.
Okay, I just had to stop because look at this. Is this not on top of the world? We are in the middle of nowhere in Alaska. Look at that. You can see the river down in the bottom. You can see all the logs and trees and things in the river. We're heading over to the Canadian border to Yukon that way, although there does look like there's a bit of a storm coming. I'm loving today. I'm not sure these roads would be that great in the rain, although it would stop all the dust. We're heading towards the rain now. Going over a nice river. I'm just waiting to see a bear fishing or playing in the water or drinking. It will happen.
Or a herd of caribou just grazing. That'd be great.
Just started to rain. The border, as we said, is open until 6 o'clock tonight, and it's about 4:30, so we've got an hour and a half.
The road
And we're halfway from Chicken, so it's going to be a little bit tight, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think we're going to miss the border crossing because we keep stopping to look at views like this.
We're just passing a little pull-off by the side of the road. We haven't seen a car for hours and it says no camping. How funny is that? Okay, the rain has actually turned into bits of hail. Hail and rain. It's sleeting.
Look, there's bits of ice.
Yes, we've just hit a paved road.
That's Sam and Andy in the back going, yay!
So in case you're wondering, as we come to the end of the Top of the World Highway, this is a reminder of why it's called that. So we're just driving along, and this long stretch of road here with the bollards is an airfield. They do have random airfields just dotted around because it's the easiest way to get around in Alaska. 1 mile to the border. Oh, it says it's open till 9 p.m. 6 p.m. at the beginning of the road, 9 p.m. at the end of the road.
Online it says 8.
And online it says 8. There is still snow. That's how high up we are. Look, there is snow. There's a rest area here, look, and there is the border.
These are some of the most epic views we have ever seen.
They really are. Oh, there's an animal. Okay, so we've pulled off literally just before the border because the caribou or the deer that we saw is still over there. And this is just such an epic view. What do you reckon, guys?
It's on top of the world.
On top of the world. It is. Look at that. That was absolutely fantastic. We spotted the caribou. We were a little bit patient and it ended up coming towards us. It circled and then came to check us out, which was fun. I got some lovely shots. That is our first caribou.
That is our first caribou.
There you go. Right, Canada, we're coming. We've arrived back in the Yukon.
You can do it, baby.
So we made it to the border. It was 6 minutes to go because the clocks, in fact, went forward and we didn't know which time. It was on the Canadian side. So where we thought we had an hour and 6 minutes, we only had 6 minutes, which was very close. But we're here. Look at this view. The Top of the World Highway continues.